Hi guys, and welcome back to AmandaMuse. We're live, and I'm in my messy living room with my people. Hi. Well, hello. Oh, Nora wants to hang out with us. We'll bring Nora up in a minute. Do you want to just sit with me? Very fitting what I'm talking about today. So, mostly me, I'm going to be talking about more kids. What do you think? Should we have more kids? No. What does it mean? You don't want another brother or sister?
No.
No. Are you good? You're happy with what you got? Hi. Oh. See, I need Jackie. Otherwise I get so blown out from the natural light. Hi. So many nice people. Oh my goodness, yes. If you, no, don't touch. We are live, baby. I got new hair in case you missed that memo. What? I didn't do it today though. I just woke up and bam. Yes. You can ask me questions here. Oh my goodness, there's so many cute people. Wow, amazing. There's so many people here. Hi. People are saying hello, Jack. Hey Jack, you got any jokes? While we're waiting for people to tune in. You got any jokes? Knock knock. We're not sure how this is gonna go. Okay, but we'll just, excuse me, I gotta be in the frame here, home slice. So what we're gonna talk about today is that question. Oh, thank you for the hair comments. But that question about, having more kids. When people ask, you already have kids or you've just had one, and someone will say, oh, are you planning to have any more? We already know Jack's answer. Any more kids? No, he says no. So some people get really offended. Oh, something's in my eyeball. Some people get really offended by that question. Will they be having more kids? And there's reasons behind that, of course. But I was reading something really interesting, so I want to talk about that. Okay, Jackie. Jack. Oh my gosh, this kid. You gotta sit beside me. It's gonna be interesting live video right now. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about it's summer. I saw this really funny video the other day on one of my friends' Facebook pages, and Lisa, she says she's going back to work tomorrow. Her baby just turned 1 and her uterus is screaming. Oh girl, I feel you. So okay, let's just jump into it. So that question, now that I have 2 kids, hi, a boy. Are you a boy? What's your name? Jack. How old are you?
3.
You're 3. Although he says to me the other day, he goes, Mom, I'm so excited to turn 4. It's happening quick. So now that I have a boy and a girl, I find I don't get that question very much about whether or not I'm gonna have more kids, because I feel like 2 people somehow accept that number. Any more than 2, we have lots of opinions. But in the same breath, we also have a lot of opinions when somebody just has 1. Mallory was saying she gets so annoyed when people ask if she's gonna try for a girl because she's got 2 boys. No, we're totally happy. Absolutely. And I think in the same breath, it's sorry if I'm super blown out, by the way, this is the trouble with mobile. I need you up like this so that he balances out the light. Look at that, just because I'm so fair. But it can be really insensitive in a way to ask somebody that, will you be having more kids? And I read an article just before going live here where it said that our culture is very quick to be open, and they want people to be very quick to be open and familiar, and we really like that. We find that is very acceptable, but it's not acceptable for everybody. So I think when we are so direct with a question oh, are you having more kids? It's whoa, that's a very intimate question. That's something that I'm not sure all of us even want to have that discussion with our partners right away. We're just accepting the fact that we have 1, and let's not forget the elephant in the room. Kids are a lot of work. Are we looking at this right now? It's a ton of work. Just they are a ton of work, whether you're working from home, working outside of the home. There's so many different variables that you have to work through. So Aubrey was saying her daughter isn't even 2 months old yet, and people are already asking if you're gonna try for a boy. Can we just recover from having given birth? If you're breastfeeding for a long time, it's the same. It's I find there's that question are you gonna stop breastfeeding? And you're what? Who are we? Why are we asking these questions? Why do we feel like we can be so intimate? Now, I must admit though, that because, oh my my gosh, thanks, Julie. Because I am such an open book, I personally don't have trouble with that question or those types of questions because I always have an answer, let's be honest. Oh, and JC was saying it could also bring up the fact that you're having a hard time with your relationship and brings up the struggles in your mind again. Absolutely. And so I personally don't struggle with those very open comments because I'm just like, yeah, I got an answer. But not everybody is. And I find that being online and having been online for a long time now, invasive, that's the word, Joanna. It's a very invasive question. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so being a person online, I find I'm very aware of questions that are asked, how to ask them. Oh, that's mommy's notes on the back of a colored paper. Whoopsies, Jacka, be careful. But you know, like little things. For example, where I'm going with this is that question, not even more kids, but are you having kids, can be a very insensitive question to a couple that is experiencing infertility. And I have never personally experienced infertility, but I know there are people that are, and that can be very, very painful to be like, so are you gonna have kids now? And you're just like, you don't know their struggle, you don't know their journey, you don't know if they've been trying to have babies for like 5 years, you know, and so I think it's just, some people are extremely fertile and have like 12 kids, and other ones it takes 12 years to have one, right? So it's like we have to be, I think, very, oh, my notes gone like the wind, but it's having to be very open about it. Jack, I'm just reading the comments here. Paige is saying, I don't mind when people ask me when I'm going to have more kids. I just hate when they assume that I am or am not. Absolutely. I also was reading this great article about people who are struggling with infertility, how you can answer it, because sometimes it's just being prepared. There was one way almost like a bit deflective, like, you know, so are you gonna have kids? It's like, oh, you know, we're so busy right now, and then that can lead you to like another segue into a different conversation. But yeah, and I think, okay, so in that same breath, so are you having more kids? First of all, my answer to that question, that is not in the plan. It's not the plan. I'm good. I've got 2 kids. I always felt like I wanted to. Zoe here was saying she had 2 very difficult births and it took her time to recover. I didn't get the end of that comment, but I myself have had 2, I feel, very difficult.
Water pistol!
A water pistol! Only for outside, right? Right? Don't shoot it at someone's face. 3-year-olds. But it was very challenging for me, and I'm like, I don't think my body wants to do that again, for one, and also it takes for me, it takes a lot out of, I don't mean to say this in a selfish way, but like, they're a lot of work, you know, and it takes a lot out of your life as a person, as an individual, in a couple, like the whole dynamic changes. For me, it's a good 2 years, like from beginning to end. It's 2 years that are like, and pause, right? Because it's the pregnancy, it's the breastfeeding, it's the newborn phase, it's all the things, which are all lovely in its own way, but I am good. Like, I am past that phase. Now, of course, if I come back to you in like 3 months' time, and I'm all like, woo, pregnancy announcement, whoops, but like, no, that's not the plan. Mel was saying, yes, as much as we love them, we lose a big part of ourselves. Absolutely. And it's a good problem to be in, right? Like if we're talking about infertility, it's a good problem to have. We're not complaining about it. But I think in the same way, it's a very interesting subject, right? Because it's like in the same way that we need to be sensitive to people who are struggling with fertility, it's also okay to be like, this is a lot of work and I'm tired. You know, yes, hashtag blessed or whatever, but you know, you have to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Am I explaining myself properly? Like, everyone has the right to have their emotions, whatever they are. Oh, Jennifer, she's saying that people are often reminding her how often, like very often, that they're waiting too long to have a second. Oh, man. Yeah, people and their opinions, right? So then I just saw, oh, Ashley was saying I would have another, but I'm not sure if I want to put everything on hold after 8 years. Totally. Summer children are a lot of work. I agree. I want another one, but I don't want to put my body through that. Oh, they're going to adopt their 3rd child. That's amazing. So many amazing things. All these great comments. I wish I could respond to everyone and just stop, but I know it can be painful to watch a live video where the person's just like staring at the comments. Yes, and everyone is different in their spacing. Totally, yeah, absolutely. I noticed that a lot of my friends who have had 3 or more, there's often a bigger gap between the second and the third, right? Spring, she wants her 4th one, but hubby is not up to it. Oh my gosh. Dina's always joking, saying, yeah, you can have your 3rd baby with your 2nd husband, because no. And that's something else, right? Like my partner is older than me, like by 15 years. That's a significant age gap. And as we all know and have agreed that kids are a lot of work, it's also a lot of work as you get older, older and older, right? And so you want to have enough energy, you want to have enough income, you want to have enough time, and I feel like time is the big one. And right now, time is like my most limited thing. And so anyways, I digress. We're going off topic here. But the last thing I wanted to mention, there was a funny video I just shared. So there's a creator, Brittle Star is his name. I actually can't think of his real name right now, but he's hilarious. He was a big Vine creator. Anyway, he put out a video recently that I actually went and posted to Dean's wall because it's so true. It like hurts my heart. He's like, it's like a question, like he's being asked questions. And it's like, who's your favorite kid? And he's like, oh yeah, the neighbor. And he's got 2 kids, right? He's like, so the question is, who's your favorite kid? And he's like, oh yeah, that neighbor Carter. He's like, oh wait, one of my kids? Like, it's so funny. It's a very dark, is it satire? Is that what it's called? Comedy about just being a parent. And yes, you love your kids, but like everything's paused. Like I was just talking to my friend the other night, so I really want to start getting into fitness. I actually have a video coming out about that soon. And all I want to do is go to the gym and get a membership. But like to actually physically make that happen is a lot of work. Like it's just, I don't know. I can't even form the words to tell you. How am I going to get a sitter? How can I confirm that Dean's going to be home? Because Dean has his schedule's always rotating. Like it's, wow, just to get my booty from the sofa to the gym. Do you know what I mean? And yes, Claire, I've cut my hair. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. Oh, there's so many good comments. If you find time to get to a gym, kudos to you, right? So I was talking to my very good friend in the UK. What's happening here? Are we good? Are you fighting with Nora? Oh, these 2. So anyway, now the option is to basically work out from home. Stand by. Jack, what are you doing? Okay, there you go. So anyhow, I just thought it was an interesting discussion to have. I think that there was an article I shared over on my Facebook page talking about that, talking about that question about having more kids. Oh, Carrie was saying at 37, she has a 9-year-old and a 15-month-old. Yeah, that's a big gap. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Heather. She's saying my hair looks so lovely. Yeah, you know what I love about this hair, by the way, side? I have a very big cowlick right there, and I don't have to do anything. I just, like, make it work. It's fabulous. That was off topic. So, anyhow, I thought it was just very interesting, that sensitivity level, that question about having more kids. I don't know if I've been in a situation. Oh, yes, we have. I was going to say, have we been in a situation where there's been an awkward moment where you ask that question inappropriately and it's a little bit insensitive? And I will say, yes, there was a situation. And I remember, I'm not going to throw Dean under the bus, but it was, Dean kind of made a bit of a faux pas. And he and I talked about it afterwards because he didn't realize he really meant no harm by it. But he comes from a family of 6 kids. We have 2. And there's been no fertility struggles in his family. And so we were out being social and there was a couple, and so we were talking and he said to her like, oh, yeah, we had a couple drinks in us and it was like, oh, you should have kids, like they're so awesome. And I was kind of looking at him like death stares, like what? Shh. You're like, what are you doing? Just because they don't have kids doesn't mean they don't want them, doesn't mean they haven't tried. And then what I really appreciated was that this friend of ours then actually shared her infertility struggles, and I was like, so it was a bit of a foot and mouth situation, but it was a good lesson because I think we all, the intention wasn't bad, but I'm sure some of us had been there and said things that we didn't mean to. And I also think it's okay. Hello, love. I also think it's okay that if that is to happen, that you can just like, I'm really sorry, I didn't even think about that. Because if you haven't experienced the struggle, or if people close to you haven't been through those fertility issues, it may not be in the forefront of your mind, right? So yeah, I'm curious to know if any of you have been in a similar situation. You have to leave me some comments. What are you throwing? So we've been chatting for 14 minutes. You got anything to add?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange.
Orange who?
Banana.
Banana who?
Orange. Why did they say orange?
That was a good one. Oh, no, high five is there. Oh, God, not in the face, you little. In case you're missing out on Instagram, we tell lots of jokes. Oh, no, Sheila had someone make the comment to her that she was too old. Ow, what is that about, to start having a family at 37? Isn't that crazy, right? I don't know. I struggle with that because it's like, we're all entitled to our opinions, but I think it's just being aware of what we're saying, if it's coming across as rude. Yeah, that high five right in the face, am I right? So, yeah, the judgment. At least Dean didn't ask someone if it was pregnant, how far along they were. Who knows? Maybe he did. Oh, gosh. Yeah, life. So I think it's, anyhow, that's just, I wanted to have a little chat today. Sorry it was all over the place. I mean, mom life, hashtag summer, hashtag WTF. I mean, so cute, but are you allowed to work? Hey, Spider-Man. Ah, Jackie. Oh, man. All right, should we go do something?
Spider-Man on your head.
All right. Spider-Man on my head.
Spider-Man's gonna sleep on your head.
Okay, we'll sleep right there. So, if you're just tuning in, by the way, we were just chatting all about, like, fertility, the big question about having more kids. Okay, we'll leave it there. So I will be back. So tomorrow on Facebook, can I balance them on my head? You're messing with my good hair. What's happening here? So tomorrow on Facebook, we're going to be talking about female empowerment, new hair, all the stuff, right? And then on, oh my goodness. Okay. And then on Wednesday, this is like totally my real life, by the way. This is why I don't talk on the phone. Like, I don't know how moms talk on the phone. Do you hide in a closet? Like, I don't get it. But can I make it work the other way? No. But thanks, by the way, for the hair comment. So on Wednesday, what I want to talk about is I've been taking little clips over the course of the week just talking about post-Sunday's event, like last week. You know what it was? Last week? Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. And just what's been happening post-assault and all of that stuff. And I'm good. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really happy. Things are good. If you're following me on Instagram, you'll know like what's happening. But I think it's just I think it's important to have the discussion because I think a lot of people might have experienced something similar and maybe just need the support to hear it's okay to feel certain ways. So we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. And yes, this is a Canadian accent. What accent? I don't hear an accent. And I'm not saying about. What I'm enunciating. Anyway, so I'll be back on Wednesday to talk more about that. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and that's it. So follow me on Instagram. I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes. It's at AmandaMuse. Just stuff, day in the life stuff when I haven't been vlogging, you know? So, okay, that's it. It's 18 minutes. Go do your life. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys. Are you guys good? I wish you could, oh, can you see these two? Like what? Little munchkins. What? See, I don't need another baby. Dogs. Add dogs to the situation. Fabulous. They train themselves, right? Bye, guys.